Hey Amputee Riders, this is Matthew with Ampt Biking. We're here today with Justin Bills from the Hanger Clinic. Everybody welcome him. How you doing, Justin?
Hey, we're doing good today, Matt. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for coming on with us today. I really appreciate it. Today we're just going to do some Q&A and maybe just shoot the breeze and see how things go.
All right, sounds good to me.
So, again, Justin, thanks for coming and being with us today. You're our first interviewee for Ampt Biking and really appreciate it. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with Ampt Biking?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's important. I am not an amputee, but I really enjoy helping people. Matt, you and I met just kind of through one of our area clinic manager meetings, and I think much to the dismay of my regional vice president and the other managers present, we kind of hijacked the entire meeting with just talking about mountain bikes and the fun that can be had there. And I think it just kind of grew from there. We just stayed in contact, and I really believed in the program that you were putting together and wanted to help out however I could.
Thank you, appreciate that. And we do forgive you for having both your limbs. That's we let you go on that one. So
you guys were beating me down the mountain last time at the Ampt event, so I don't know if it really helped me out all that much.
There are some killer riders out there. Monster Mike Schultz deserved that name, Monster, because he is an absolute crazy man going that downhill. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How long have you been in the prosthetics industry, and what drew you to it?
I've been doing the prosthetics game for almost 2 years now. Started out in sales with oxygen, and it was a great job, but I was really looking for something that would give me the satisfaction of being able to help people, which I think can be a fairly tough angle to play from a sales perspective. But the opportunity that I had with Hanger of being able to help with promoting events and really helping to get people back out there and living their life was really something that drew me to the O&P world, and I was fortunate enough to get the job as a business development manager with Hanger. And business development isn't just calling on doctors' offices, it's also helping build a relationship with patients and other people who really want to get out there and do life again.
What other type of things have you done besides the Ampt event to help out with reaching out to amputees? Or are you going to be doing?
So, we were able to organize a ski day. It was, kind of a quickly thrown together in the midst of kind of going into COVID. So it was a little bit of a challenge, as I'm sure having brought Ampt out of the ground during a COVID year. But it's, really just, we put on events like our ski day, which unfortunately won't be happening in 2021 due to the pandemic, but we also do a mobility clinic, wake surf, and try and partner with organizations like yours to really help increase the ability for patients to get back out there.
What's the mobility clinic about? Can you tell us about that?
So the mobility clinic is, we kind of call it for fun the run clinic. It's a clinic where, usually it's at the Colorado School of Mines, at their track and field facilities, and it's helping amputees and our patients get back out there and become more mobile than they were when they came into it. If it means that they can only walk, well, hopefully they're going to be able to jog. If they were only able to ambulate on flat surfaces, now maybe they can ambulate up and down stairs. It's not just about running, it's about just improving that quality of mobility through this event.
Oh, very good. That's very cool. You and I have kind of hung out quite a bit over the last year or so. We did the Ampt event. We also got to go out and do a preview ride for an upcoming event that's coming fall. I'll kind of keep that under wraps for a little bit right now.
All right.
But I know you like mountain biking. Well, I guess like is a little too easy to say. Love mountain biking. So tell me, how did you get into that and why?
So I actually didn't, I think typical to any kid is, used to build jumps in the driveway and launch our Huffies as far as we could, which, back in the day, you feel like, holy heck, that was 10 feet in the air, and I flew through there. Now, little buddy, you're just a foot off the air, and you made it about 4 feet. But mountain biking became, to me, it was a release. I was a collegiate athlete running track, field, and cross country, and at some point it started feeling more like a job, and running wasn't fun for me anymore. And so I picked up a bike, and I think anybody who's been in that situation kind of understands the feeling of, and that was it. It was just full speed ahead from there. Lots of crashes, definitely a learning curve, but I don't think I've ever really looked back. And even though I've got a big kid job now and I'm not working in bike shops like I was through college, mountain biking is still very much a part of my life.
How old were you when you started riding?
When I was a wee little lad, I was probably that 4, 5-year-old, finally getting off training wheels type of age, and really revisited, and built the passion for biking, probably about around 18 years old as I was going into college.
What's your style of riding?
I like riding bikes. A couple of my friends, we have a term, it's called Colorado fast. Like, how can we be good at kind of any discipline of riding? At the end of the day, we're out there riding bikes. Right. I don't really pigeonhole myself. I spend days up at, the mountains, Winter Park, Trestle. I do long cross-country events like racing the Growler down in Gunnison, and I just have fun riding trails around. I'm fortunate enough to be based out of Colorado Springs and have a plethora of trails and trail networks right out my front door. So nice. It's really anything that gets 2 wheels on the dirt and me out there pedaling, I'm happy with.
Nice. What's your favorite bike?
Oh, that is a tough one. I am very much a fan of the Rocky Mountain bikes. Excited, I've got one of their new platforms coming out here nice. In April, and really looking forward to getting to ride that. But I think in today's world, there's not really a such thing as a bad bike.
No, agreed with that. There are no bad bikes out there anymore, unless you get it from certain superstores.
Yeah, certain large box retailers.
But
go support your local bike shop, kids.
That's right. But you know what, though? Like you said before, you're out there riding. So anybody, I don't care who you are, if you're out there riding your bike, even if it is from one of those superstores, good on you. So
absolutely. Just make sure it's safe.
So do you have a good mountain biking story that you would like to share with us? Or bad?
Oh, God. I have to pick one? I think one of my best stories is really getting to go and ride the North Shore, Vancouver, and Squamish. I was lucky enough while I was in college to work for Rocky Mountain Dealer, and their dealer event this particular year just happened to be up in the North Shore, and I got to go ride bikes for free on the North Shore of Vancouver. Got to meet Brett Tiffy, Wade Simmons, Andreas Hessler. It was just riding with these icons of the sport, and they were just out there having a great time. It was, a very similar atmosphere as, what you put on at Ampt. It was, these pro riders who could beat anybody out there, and they're just having a good time just riding with us normal people. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. Hero dirt all over the place?
Hero dirt all over the place. Everybody was actually complaining about it being too dry, but me coming from Colorado Springs and decomposing granite, well, it sure seemed like hero dirt to me.
Oh, yeah. When you start comparing it to marbles on concrete, here that decomposed granite, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, do you feel that mountain biking would be beneficial to amputees, and why do you feel that way?
Absolutely, I think it's beneficial to amputees. I mean, it's not just an activity. It's a lifestyle. You can really get out there, and it's not to beat the Colorado Yeti brand drum, but it's a tribe event. I don't even think they're using tribe anymore for political reasons, but there's just these networks all over the country, and anywhere that you go that, are accepting. They're wanting to help people get out there. In Colorado Springs, we have Wednesday night group rides through Trails End Tap Room, and just I think we've had up to 50 or 60 people showing up for just mountain bike rides.
Wow, that's incredible.
And it's just that network that I think, they're not looking at you as an amputee. They're not looking at you as anybody other than a biker. So it's just like, here's a whole new world that a lot of people don't know about or haven't been opened up to yet. And also, there are just so many studies out there that truly show that as an amputee, if you're getting out there and being more active and more mobile, your overall quality of life and your healing process is going to be so much faster, both physically and emotionally.
Right. No, I absolutely agree with you. That's how I felt, and why Ampt has been even started is because of that camaraderie, that feeling of acceptance from the riders. It didn't matter if you had a $10,000 bike or a $250 bike. You're out there riding together, and it was just perfect. And that's how I feel as well. So that's awesome that you see that as well. So last question before we wrap it up here. Do you have any success stories of an amputee that you would like to share? Any personal experiences with somebody in their trials and their struggles that touched you, that helped you just see a light and see the world in just a different view?
I think one of the big ones actually came from the Ampt event last year. I never even met this patient, but her family heard about the event. They wanted her to get out and do something. It was actually a grandmother. She had never ridden a bike before in her life. But she showed up to the event just bound and determined to ride a bike. So we had her out in the parking lot. We had just her whole support system behind her, and just the smile and the joy on her face of being able to, accomplish something that, the thing that blew me away is it wasn't even something that she had accomplished before her amputation.
Right.
This is a huge hurdle and a mountain that she's accomplishing after her amputation even happened. And that's, I think that, it's that attitude that is just infectious to anybody.
Yeah. No, agreed. It was really awesome. Well, Justin, thank you for coming out and hanging out with us and talking to us. I really, really appreciate it. And I want to do a shout out for Hanger Clinic. You guys have been an incredible support and partner with us in this, and I'm looking forward to 2021, where we got 3 events going on all over the country, and then from there it's just going to explode. And you've just been such a great help to us, you personally and Hanger together. So thank you again so much for being with us.
Matt, it's been a pleasure. So glad that we could help, and thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Thank you, sir. We'll talk soon.